In this video, I will show you the best facts about Minecraft that you probably didn't know. In a thunderstorm, there is a 6.75% chance of finding a skeleton horse, but when you go near it, it spawns 3 more horses with skeletons on top. This is called a skeleton trap. Make sure not to let the skeleton horses die, because when you kill the skeletons riding them, you can keep them as your pets. If you bring a blue sheep next to an evoker, then it will turn your blue sheep red. This is a reference to the game Age of Empires, where the monks turn enemy units into allies. If you bring a lot of wardens to the end, then they will blast the enderdragon so far that it can't get back. In Bedrock Edition, if you're on fire and you walk over a campfire, then the campfire will get lit. You can also light TNT with a fire aspect book or an item enchanted with fire aspect. When a creeper is struck by lightning, it becomes a charged creeper. When charged creepers blow mobs up, those mobs have a chance to drop their heads that you can wear. This works on creepers, zombies, and skeletons. When digging for buried treasure, it can be hard to find the chest. But using the F3 screen, you just have to make sure the first and last numbers right here are 9, and then just dig straight down. In Bedrock Edition, if you find a zombie with armor or a weapon and trap it, then you can drown it and kill it to get the armor. It even has full durability. If you type XZ into the crafting book, then it will switch your language to pirate speak. There are 5 axolotl variants that were added in the new 1.17 update, the pink, gold, brown, and cyan axolotls, as well as the rarest, the blue axolotl. This axolotl is the only one not based on real life and is actually a reference to Mudkip from Pokemon. The chances of finding one are very rare as it has a 1 in 1200 chance of spawning. That number comes from the number of axolotls left in the wild. If you find one, then make sure to catch it, and name it with a name tag so it doesn't despawn. By placing TNT with an anvil on top and lighting the TNT, the anvil will absorb the explosion. You can use this to prank your friends. When you're fighting a zombie, you might notice zombies spawning and joining the fight. This is because you're fighting a leader zombie. Leader zombies have a 5% chance of spawning on hard mode. In Bedrock Edition, if you name a boat and place it down, then it will have that name above it. If you place blocks like this, and place TNT with sand on top, you can ignite the TNT, and it will blow up blocks underwater. Use this for mining clay or when clearing out blocks underwater for a base. In Bedrock Edition, you can give nautilus shells to a drowned with a trident and it will drop its trident. Sometimes the drowned won't drop the trident, so you will have to find a different drowned. You can get a villager riding a chicken. To do this, find a zombie villager riding a chicken and cure it. When it is done, you should have a villager riding a chicken. Then all you have to do is wait for it to grow up. If you throw tridents with loyalty and fill your inventory before they get back, they will follow you. This is useful if you want to throw a lot of tridents to kill mobs. In spectator mode, when spectating a spider, you will have multiple eyes. When spectating endermen, your vision will be inverted, and when you spectate a creeper, your vision will turn green. Did you know that 11% of skeletons are left-handed and that 89% are right-handed? This is actually based on real life, with 11% of people being left-handed and 89% right-handed. The funny thing is that Mojang got this backwards. When you're right-handed, you hold the bow with your left hand, but in Minecraft, you hold it with your right hand, which doesn't make sense. If you repeatedly get off a pig and get back on while falling, you will fall slowly. Make sure to get off the pig before it hits the ground or you will die. You can also do this with boats to fall farther. When you name a mob dinnerbone, or grump, then that mob will be upside down. When naming a horse and riding it, it will look kind of weird. Naming a sheep Jeb_ will turn the sheep into a rainbow sheep. But sadly, When you shear it, it will drop the color wool it had before you named it. And when you name a rabbit toast, its texture will change to a black and white rabbit. This was added because a player lost their bunny and asked a developer to add him to the game so that they could remember him. Naming a Vindicator Johnny will make it aggressive towards all animals and mobs. But it won't be aggressive to other villagers. In Bedrock Edition, if you disconnect from the internet and name yourself Dinnerbone or Grum, then in-game you will be upside down. In Java Edition you can place azaleas around yourself, and mobs won't be able to get to you. This is perfect to put around your base so mobs can't get in. Just don't break the azalea, or you will have a bad time. In Java Edition, you can place sand on a lantern, making something that doesn't make sense, because if you break either block, the whole thing falls apart. There is a special type of goat called a screaming goat that has a 2% chance of spawning. When the goat rams a block, it drops one of 4 special horns. Dream. Your Call. And admire. With our skeletons summoned with a bow will shoot fire arrows. Perfect for mods and custom difficulties. There is a chance that you will find a skeleton riding a spider. This is called a spider jockey. This mob only has a 1% chance of spawning. If you hold a riptide trident in your offhand and hold a sword in your main hand, then when you use the trident, mobs you hit will be hit with the sword, allowing you to use your looting sword from the water. You can fly around in the rain with a riptide trident. Combine this with an elite trait to gain a lot of speed. Keep watching for bloopers. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Watch this video for the best glitches in Bedrock Edition. And watch this video if you want to learn how to install mods.